Hey everybody, this is Gino over at ArcSite, and I wanted to bring you this week's ArcSite's tips and tricks of the week for this week. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to quickly and easily get started drawing in ArcSite. So I'm going to pop over to the app really quick, and once you get logged in and your account's created and everything, you'll come onto this screen right here with the projects. Now you won't have any projects in there initially, but to create a new one, we'll just go ahead and hit Create Project. And this is where you can enter in all the pertinent client data and site data, but I don't want to bore you with the details, but basically most people name this whatever the homeowner's name is or the site address. So for my example, for this demonstration, I created one titled Homer Simpson, so we'll go into there. Now, once you're into the actual project folder, you'll be able to create some drawings. So we're going to head and hit this big plus here that says Create Drawing, and you can actually do a couple different things once you get onto this screen. You can import a pre-existing picture and mark that up. Or you can actually create a drawing from scratch, which is what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and hit create, and that should populate the ArcSite canvas. Now I want to show off a couple different drawing tools, and these drawing tools are going to be located here on the right. And the first one I want to show off is the draw tool. So we're going to hit this little pencil icon, and there's a couple different ways you can actually draw. First and foremost, you can do continuous lines, which is basically just drawing out continuously straight lines. You can do lines and arcs. So if you had to do the perimeter of a putting green, for example, you can actually draw out a line and then draw out an arc and then a line and then an arc. And you can just kind of do that forever. And there's also something called the freehand mode. So if you wanted to circle something on the drawing because it's extra important, you can actually do a freehand circle and an arrow, which is what some people do. You can do a red X, whatever you need to do to call out something on a drawing, which is what the freehand mode would be primarily used for. And most people, to create their actual walls of the basement perimeter, if they're doing a waterproofing job, they're going to actually use something called the wall tool. And similar to the freehand mode, or similar to the pencil drawing tool, you can actually draw continuous lines or arcs or lines and arcs or whatever you got to do. But for this example, we'll just draw out a basic perimeter of a basement wall here. So let's say we have something like this. I know this looks very basic, but for the sake of the demonstration, we'll just make it kind of quick here. And then maybe we have a room here, which we can actually use something called our extend tool to get that to connect. And then maybe we have another room there and maybe another room here. And then we'll use our trim tool to actually trim that up a little bit. Cool. So moving down from the wall tool, we have actually something called our opening tool, which you can actually insert doors into these drawings to make your drawings a bit more cohesive and give your installers a better understanding of where things are. So we're going to go ahead and add doors to these drawings. And as you can see here, they automatically remove the space in between the door, and that'll actually, calculate correctly when you're calculating the square footage as well. So that's our opening tool, and then I want to jump down to our shape library. So our shape library has over 1,400 different shapes that you can choose from, and they're industry specific too. So let's say you want to include maybe a staircase to show the installers where the stairs are. You maybe want to include a north arrow to help orient your installers as well on the job site. And then you maybe want to include just a couple different site data shapes, like, maybe where the air conditioning unit is. Maybe you want to include where the furnace is. You can actually do that as well in here. Cool. Now this is looking like a nice CAD drawing. I want to go ahead and add dimensions to this too, so I can show off our dimension tool. So we're going to go ahead and hit our select tool, which allows you to select multiple different things within the canvas. You can do box select, or you can do freehand select, which all you have to do is just drag your finger over the line in which you want to add dimensions. So let's say we want to add dimensions to these 4 lines. We're going to select them using the free select and then hit add dimensions. And so these aren't huge. We're actually going to zoom in a little bit and hit add dimensions and then hit add, and that'll populate the dimensions there. So that's pretty much it as far as the drawing. There's a lot more that can be done with ArcSite, so if you want to see more, please let us know. If you have any questions, please let us know as well. But I hope this helped you get started with ArcSite. Have fun drawing, and let us know if you need anything. Awesome. Have a good one.